Updates on our today's visit to our indefatigable client, FreeNnamdiKanu, at the DSS headquarters, where he is still being illegally and unconstitutionally detained in solitary confinement. Wonderful people, men and women of good conscience and lovers of freedom all over the globe. We welcome you back once again to our News Digest this day, Monday, the 14th day of November 2022. We must say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zone. This is coming from the desk of Nick Bobby, where we bring you reliable news across Biafra land and beyond. And of course, we want to invite you to hit the subscribe button as well as to give us likes. You can feel free to share our videos to those who might need it. Today we've got some fantastic news and information that we want to bring to your doorstep as regards to the update of Federal High Court in Abuja being headed by Bintanyaku today as regards to MNK's issue. And of course, we are going to touch light on the visit of the legal team to MNK. Earlier, we had some rumor a few days ago that the federal government of Nigeria have revoked again and bring back the 7-count charges as they charged before to MNK before the appeal courts quashed those charges. And that is why they were invited back again. I mean, our legal team, we are invited back again today in the High Court that's being headed by Bintanyaku. But this is the outcome. The court, by His Lordship, Honorable Justice Bintanyaku, is in agreement with us that it lacks the jurisdiction to entertain any further charge against Onyendu MNK in view of the landmark judgments of the Court of Appeal. The matter was consequently adjourned, pending the outcome of the appeal at the Supreme Court. According to Barrister Jaffor, he was the one that penned this down, and he went on to say, "We are winning. Supreme Court, here we come. No going back on Onyendu's freedom. Our appeal to set aside the order staying the execution of Onyendu's judgment will be fixed for hearing any moment from now. We shall keep you all posted. Chukwu Kabiam is always on the throne." This is how Barrister Ifanye Jaffor updated Umuchineke today and the lovers of freedom across the globe, and the haters and the lovers of Biafran restoration, and as well as IPOB. But let's now head out to the visits the legal team made to MNK. We visited Onyendu today at the headquarters of the Department of State Service, DSS, Abuja, immediately after the proceedings of today, to specifically brief him on the outcome of today's proceeding. The apprehension initially raised by Onyendu's absence in court was later resolved during the meeting with him. Onyendu was profoundly enthused with today's proceeding. Onyendu reaffirmed and reiterated his unshakable confidence in his legal team, eminently led by the Oracle of Law, Chief Michael Zekeme's son, and encouraged us to continue firing from all permissible legal fronts until his need or his freedom is achieved. Onyendu, who was visibly irked by the disenchantment generated by his message of peace, assured the affected persons to be prepared to be receiving such messages from him on a regular basis until all forms of criminality in our land is completely eradicated. Onyendu specifically directed that I issue the foregoing statements and reiterates his condemnation of any form of criminality as follows. Anybody who is his follower, anybody called to liberate our people, should be fully aware of his 4 creeds, which are: 1. You must be without fear before your enemies, and of course, 2. You must speak the truth always, even if it leads to your death. 3. You must defend the weak, the poor, and those who are unable to defend themselves. Anybody involving in any form of criminality is not a child of God. Anybody using the name of ESN to commit crime should know that they are working against the spirit of the struggle and him as MNK himself, because it was put in place to put an end to all forms of criminality in our land. And 4, be upright that God may love thee. This is all IPOB is about, to serve God, to defend our land and demand for our inalienable rights. IPOB's peaceful movement does not condone criminality in any kind. It is important to mention, particularly for the benefit of the undiluted, resolute, and Ezigbo Chineke, that my lawyers and myself are not the only persons that visit Onyendu. There are other persons who visit him. On each routine visit, these persons are known to you all. Thus, they can verify, confirm, or even openly contradict these messages as those proceedings from Onyendu, and or whether our indefatigable client Onyendu MNK passed these messages or not. Finally, Onyendu commended Ezigbo Chineke for not letting him down, particularly now the gullibles are being exploited and used to blackmail him and his peaceful movements. He urges you all, Ezigbo Chineke, never to let down your guard while appreciating you all once again for your uncommon solidarity, relentless prayers, and peaceful conduct. Onyendu is very confident that our landmark victory recorded at the Court of Appeal has come to stay and can never be taken away from him under any guise. Onyendu's freedom is sacrosanct and non-negotiable. Thank you all, Ezigbo Chineke, and remain blessed. We move, signed, Sir Ifeanyi Ejiofor Esquire, KSC, IPOB Select Council, 14th day of November 2022. Unquote. Actually, these are the words we have been anticipating to hear. We are always in tours with these words. Of course, we must stand fearlessly before our enemies, and we must continue fighting for the restoration of Biafra. This is all that our efforts entails. Of course, you see, MNK, I always love these words that Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor always use by separating the chaff from the wheat, when he mentioned Ezigbo Chineke, the true sons of God. Of course, if there are the true sons of God, that means there are fake sons of God. But in all, you've heard it. MNK, in another message passed via Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor, has reiterated it, that we must stand firm and that we must speak the truth all the time, even though the truth might lead to our death. And of course, we must defend the poor and the weak within us, those who are not able to defend themselves. And that is the backbone of IPOB. That is the fundamental work that IPOB is doing. Of course, trying to bring down insecurity in our land, to crush it. And this is why we are fighting for there to be no insecurity in our land. Our people need security. Well, that's that. That's the update. But we're gonna digress a bit, go into what is happening currently today in Biafra land. But here is specifically in Imo State. Government killed traditional ruler in Imo State, as we received information today, as well as 2 guests. Well, Nigerian police, according to them, has begun their manhunt. This is the situation at hand. Government in their number on Monday morning, earlier today, invaded the Obode Agwa community in Uguta local government area of Imo State, deleting the monarch of the community as well as his 2 guests, those who came to visit him. There was apprehension in Obode Agwa community in Uguta local government area of Imo State as government on Monday invaded the community and deleted its traditional ruler, Ignatius Aso. The government, as we gathered, also deleted 2 of the monarch's guests. Community source told that the hoodlums who stormed the palace in the early hours of Monday operated in motorbikes and vehicles. One of those sources said the government zoomed off immediately after hitting their targets. Well, of course, this is a situation. A resident of the community, Mr. Marcel Obi, who confirmed the attack, to the reporters on Monday, described the death of the royal father as a big loss to the entire Gwa community. He said he was such a good man. He has helped to curb the incessant insecurity situation we have been experiencing in this community. It's a pity he is gone. Also, confirming the incident, the police state public relations officer, Mike Batam, said the police are already on the trial of the hoodlums with the clues in possession. Yes, it is true, but the police is already investigating the matter. We have clues already and we are on their trial. This is what Abata said. This is what is going on today. We woke up to see these things happening in Uguta today. My question that I ask is, are those monarchs that are being deleted by the... Of course, you know, this is not the activities of the UGM. These are government. That means they are known. In other words, they are being sent possibly by the Zoological Republic government, by the government of Imo State, by the Fulanese. So I'm asking, those monarchs that are being deleted, what did they do? Are they working against the people? Well, I do not know. The information here, the witnesses says the man is a good man. That means if he is actually the way they said it, that means the Zoological Republic government is involved. Hope that means is involved. But if it is in the other way around, then I wouldn't know what to do. We are yet to find out if it is part of the insecurity that is going on. But we have seen that they came in group. This sometimes could be the handwork of the Fulani, government of the Federal Zoological Republic, as well as opposed to them. I am not ruling out the possibility that those other hoodlums whom they have raised are going around to delete innocent ones. This is what is going on. We will keep you posted and updated as things are going on as regard to a lot of information that is coming up today. We urge you to remain safe as well as to stay tuned as we continue bringing you this. We continue to maintain that we are Biafrans. And in Biafra land is where we owe our citizenship, and until Biafra is fully restored, we will not rest.